In a powerful show of dissent, thousands of anti-war demonstrators marched across Germany on April 18th, Good Friday, urging Berlin to halt military aid to Ukraine and pursue diplomacy over confrontation. Cities like Dresden and Bruchkebel witnessed large turnouts, with protesters carrying banners that read, "War is a crime against humanity," and "Never again." The message was clear. Germany's growing military role in Ukraine is facing a popular pushback. Protesters directly opposed Berlin's decision to boost arms support to Kyiv, including the potential delivery of Taurus long-range missiles. One protester said, "The only way forward is through diplomatic solutions, not through Taurus deliveries."
The only way forward is through diplomatic solutions, not through Taurus deliveries, but only by talking to the people on the ground in politics, of course. And I hope that our federal government will finally choose the diplomatic path, and not the path of confrontation with new arms deliveries and new armed conflicts.
While some activists criticized Germany's NATO commitments and growing rearmament budget, slogans like "Germany, get out of NATO" and "Guns are the problem" captured frustration with what many see as an increasingly militarized foreign policy.
The other side of the whole story, so to speak, is that you have to negotiate, that you have to make offers, that you have to create confidence-building measures. Yes, they used to call it détente. People forget that.
Protesters also voiced concern over deteriorating ties with Russia, recalling decades of closer cooperation. "It is sad for Germany that we no longer manage to talk to Russia," one demonstrator said, echoing calls to rebuild dialogue and trust with Moscow.
Negotiations should finally take place there, and Russian interests should also be taken into account.
These protests come amid rising tensions after CDU leader Friedrich Merz signaled support for supplying Taurus missiles to Ukraine, to which Russia has responded with a sharp warning, saying any missile strikes on its infrastructure would be viewed as direct German involvement with major consequences. Germany is now the second largest military supporter of Ukraine after the United States. But while Chancellor Olaf Scholz has pushed billions in aid, public opinion is increasingly divided, with recent polls showing growing fatigue and a preference for negotiations over escalation. Domestic strains have further fueled dissent. As Berlin prepares social spending cuts to fund defense investments, many protesters demanded welfare over weapons, arguing that rearmament deepens inequality and ignores pressing internal needs. As Berlin grapples with international pressure and internal dissent, the scale of the demonstrations, spanning over 100 cities, signals a growing challenge to Germany's military and foreign policy path. Whether these protests will influence policy remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: the divide between public sentiment and political action in Germany is widening, and the call for diplomacy is getting louder. As will heed that call remains uncertain.